Good evening, NCSY. You look so beautiful, especially your NCSY region. I love you guys. Anyway, this week's Parsha Ki Teitzei. It's a good one. It's a good one. So Martin Luther King once said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate because only love can do that. Hate multiplies hate, and violence multiplies violence." So this is a really interesting message, especially in the month of Elul, where it really has a great message of forgiveness, right? That you can't hate someone back and expect that the hatred between you two to go away, and that you have to instead love, right? That's Martin Luther King's message, right? In this month of Elul, we ask our friends for forgiveness, and we hope that if we love each other enough, then it's going to go away, right? The pain and the hurt and everything is going to go away. But there's got to be a question at the back of your mind. You've got to be asking me something like, aren't there some things that we just can't be forgiven for? Aren't there some things that I could do that like somebody shouldn't forgive me for? And it seems like the Torah, like the Torah agrees with that, you know. Like we have this entire thing, this Parsha Zachor thing, where we say like always remember Amalek, and you have to kill every single one of them, right? That seems like we're not letting go of something, you know. But the Torah says something really strange. It says, "Do not hate the Egyptian because you were a stranger in his land." What does that mean in the biblical context? Egyptians of Moses' day enslaved the Jewish people, embittered their lives, made them work with rigor, as it says. They threw their children into the river. And it just doesn't make sense. Why should we not hate them? It seems impossible that we should be able to forgive a nation who enslaved us for 210 years. And yet also, we talk about them every year at the Passover Seder. We say, like, the Egyptians, you know, they were bad, they made us work with rigor and this and that. It doesn't seem like we forgive them at all. Yet the Torah says this. The Torah has this in it. It says, "Do not hate the Egyptian because you are a stranger in his land." So, like, what's going on here? What's the chap? What's the message? So, the answer is that Moshe, when he says that "do not hate the Egyptian because you are a stranger in his land," is really teaching us something very important about what freedom is. What was the whole point of Egypt? The whole point of Egypt was that we went from slavery to freedom, from Pharaoh telling us what to do to Hashem telling us what to do. So obviously, this has something to do with freedom. And it turns out that you can be a slave to a lot more than just an Egyptian. You can be a slave to a lot more than just a taskmaster. A person can be enslaved to themselves, to things that they feel, to other people when they let them, but most of all to hate. And what Moshe is saying is that when you hate the Egyptians, you're not really leaving Egypt, because Egypt still lives in here. Egypt still lives inside of you. You can take the Jew out of Egypt, but unless he lets go of the hate, Egypt is still with him. Egypt is still with him. He hasn't really left Egypt. That's why in every generation we leave Egypt. In every generation at Pesach, we say, last year, then we were slaves, but now we are free. And so really, Pesach is celebrating the physical redemption from Egypt. When we went out physically, when we crossed the Red Sea. And then there's this whole period of time, and many people have the custom of studying ethics of the fathers so that we can make ourselves better people during the time between Pesach, during Passover, and Rosh Hashanah. And so now, we are preparing now to leave the Egypt within us. We are preparing to face the Egypt within us and leave it and let go. Let go of our own taskmasters. Let go of the taskmasters in here and in here. My heart's over here. And let go of everything that's been bogging us down. So I want to give everybody a bracha that they should be able to let go of the things that are bothering them, to forgive and to be forgiven, and that Hashem should forgive the Jewish people once and for all. And I want to thank Rabbi Jonathan Sachs for these words of chizuk, for these words of wisdom. Everybody in NCSY, have a good Shabbos next year in Yerushalayim.